let's see what I do. Well, back here with Pikmin 4 for what is probably going to be a side episode because we have so much stuff to do back at base. 6 new NPCs unlocked. Well, the leaflings, these are 2 leaflings, but maybe the Doctor will be able to start unleaflingizing them, in which case we'll have like 8 or 10 more NPCs to talk to, and of course a whole bunch of treasure. Wait, huh? Oh, they're just telling us that series is done. I was like, we got more than 2. Right, so the Spring Crop series, wow. There's a series done. Oh my god, and all this stuff, and there was another series done somewhere in the middle of it, which was all the, actually, I'm forgetting what series it was. The Recreation one. Right, okay, so it's that thing, and then all the 3 sports balls. Interesting. And then all this other junk, too. 2 sets in one day, which is amazing. 3,328 Sparklium. As I said before, far and away the most productive mission we've had thus far. Unfortunately, also the most deadly. I thought we had lost 17 last time was my guess, and we had lost 10. Technically, we lost a whole bunch more, but I restarted a bunch. But, yeah. Yanni's back, Captain! Seems like we're making progress. Well done, Lee. Thank you. So where is he then? We need to discuss the leafling situation as soon as possible. The thing is, after the forced sleep mode was lifted, he kind of went right back to sleep. I think he'd been examining a plant that only appears at night, so he was pretty sleep deprived. Seriously? He was out walking around at night? Here? It's ridiculously dangerous. I suppose I should be grateful that he's still alive. Huh? That's strange. I put a bottle right here. Where did it... Dingo! You didn't drink that liquid that was sitting right here, did you? Did you? Hey, don't shout at me like that. But yeah, I was thirsty and it was right there, so I gave it a try. Who cares? Well... that was the medicinal ingredient that Yanni was using in his experiments. And you never thought to mention that until now? Why do I suddenly feel very hot? Are you alright? Maybe you should go lie down too, Dingo. I suggest we put this meeting on hold for the time being. Dingo, maybe don't just drink things when you're on a spaceship full of researchers and scientists and stuff. I feel like that's somewhat on you. Mostly on you. Secure energy source clear, so there are no more milestones needed for that. So I suppose that's as many maps as the Sparklium will open for us. If there are more than 4 maps, which I have to imagine there are, they're going to be opened up somehow else. It just didn't look like we'd get all the treasure from just 4 maps. But, rescue mission day 11. Like I said, we're most likely going to be bumming around the base for this whole time, but we've got a lot of people to talk to, so... it goes. For that reason, maybe I should put my face in the top left for this, just for this episode, so I don't have to keep moving it up and down. You should be caught up on everything now, Yanni. According to Dingo, this castaway may just be our pilot. Let me think. The primary symptom is the growing of leaves, yes? If that is the case, then I believe we may be able to cure them. Well, stranded, I discovered a bewitching specimen called luminol. It only appears in the dark of night. When dawn breaks, it releases a sap quite high in degradative enzymes. I believe I can make a medicine out of those secretions that can break down the newly grown leaves. For real? I mean, cool. Then they'll find out I just left Bernard behind. Uh-oh. Alas, our friend Dingo here consumed all the sap that I previously collected. So New Blood will have to perform some night expeditions to harvest the medicinal ingredients for us. I'm glad I'm just New Blood, that's my name now. Oh, it's nothing to lose sleep over. Except in the literal sense. Find me later and I'll teach you all you need to know about night expeditions. So there are night expeditions in this game. I wasn't making that up. Interesting. Excellent. Thanks to Yanni, it sounds like we have a solution to our leafling dilemma. Now everyone, to your stations please. I wonder how that works. Copy that, Captain. Copy that. I wonder how that works. Will it just be like when it hits sunset, we're actually totally fine and we don't need to leave? Or will it just be like you have to pick a day, today you're not going out in the morning, you're going out at nighttime? That'd be weird. I've got one last thing to report. Once again, the rescue command post was starting to feel a bit cramped, so we expanded into a new area. Colin and all the castaways joined forces and worked hard to make this happen. Here's some raw material that we dug up while clearing the new space. I'm sure you'll find a use for it. Thanks, Colin! Wowie Zally! Main mission's last talked to her about the cure. Puddle the Styles is looking for everyone's looking for us. The Styles, I imagine, lets us re-customize our peeps. Or our peep, Lee. But does it give us more options for customization than when we started? I wonder. Wow, we got this whole area now. Actually, I don't see that they did an area that they... Oh no, I guess this wasn't open like this before. But we were able to walk this way, I think. Yeah, because we've gone as far as this spade before. Oh, they took the spade out, did they? Let's go introduce ourselves, shall we? You've got a side quest for us by the look of it once we introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Sai. I like to consider myself an expert in habitat ecology. When I heard an unknown planet had been found, my first thought was, unknown planet means unknown creatures. Who could resist an opportunity like that? Not me, that's for sure. I applied to join the research task force as soon as I could. Well met. At least you weren't just here on a whim by yourself.
Namong.
This probably seems random, but I have a request for the two of you. Burf! I'm currently researching the connection between the Pikmin and the whistles they respond to. I have loads of questions. Like, how many Pikmin can you lead at a time? And will the whistle still work on all your Pikmin if your squad increases? And that's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of what I want to know. How about we just start out with you telling me when your squad gets bigger, and we'll go from there. Sure. What? No way, you already lead that many Pikmin? Wow, so you're a side quest which is for Florlick. Ah, wicked. So there's one for getting 2 Florlick balls and one for getting 4. What's our next milestone? 6? I'm simply astonished at your abilities. Try taking on even more. I will. Thank you. Once again, yet another one that's just 200% stuff. A-okay with me. The number of Pikmin you can bring in your squad continues to increase, but can you max it out at 80? You've got this. Thank you. We got a whole bunch of raw material from that too. Interesting that the Florlick one is called Researching Onions. So we won't be able to unleaflingize them just yet. We'll need to gather some kind of resource for that to happen. Oh, another interesting Captain's Diary. The first time I saw my home planet from space, I thought this. The people down there, they're all part of a single living organism. No, we'll never completely eradicate conflict. Still, I hope a day will come when people understand what I understood in that moment. I hope a day will come when they look at the person beside them and see themselves. Oh. That's gonna make me cry. That's so sweet. God, that really got me teary-eyed. What the hell? That came out of nowhere. That just jumped me with emotions. In space too. Ugh. Oh God, what? No. You Pikmin, why you do this? God, I wish everyone thought the way you did. Oh man. Oh, what? How am I crying? That happened so fast. That was the fastest tear break in any game we've ever played so far. Oh God, I love Pikmin. Alright, sorry. that just hit me out of nowhere so hard and fast. This is the 51st Captain. In Space 2, there are those waiting to be rescued. My father told me this. It was his dream to travel to the stars and rescue those lost there. Though he passed his dream on to me, I've not been able to make it come true. Hear me, my children and my children's children. Make this dream a reality. We can transcend space and time. I'm sure of it. Irma's doing him proud. Him? Well, who was that? Ponto. Who knows? Candy Pop Bud. As we approached this giant flower, the Pikmin looked at me as though begging to be thrown inside. So I tossed it in, and with a pop, the flower released a Pikmin seed the same color as itself. The sound reminded me of my favorite candy, so I'll call it a Candy Pop Bud. Oh, I never knew that's why he called him that. I just thought he called him that for the bright colors. You already read this one. Lost Civilization. Some of the objects I call treasure seem to be more complex than they initially appear. It makes me wonder, who made these, and where are they? I don't sense their presence here at all, but I suppose they could be hiding in the shadows, secretly watching me. I've always wondered if there is like one band of human survivors somewhere in this world, and if we run into them, that'll be the most terrifying thing ever. It's especially poignant because the strong implication, is that because people on Earth didn't see things the way Irma did, that's why it ended up like this. So really, all the scary stuff you have to tangle with in this game is because of us, the humans. Muddle over that one for a bit. Hello. Hi, I'm Mika. You're probably wondering what a high school teacher is doing here. You brought high school students here? I came to this planet to supervise a student field trip, but it's not going so well. Thank you for rescuing me. I guess you're gonna ask me to get all the students back. I'm sure you're busy, but do you think you could search for the students that came here with me? The Alion Academy's Planetary Science Club only has 3 students, Shiba, Kish, and Kaya. If they aren't found, I don't know how I could ever face their parents. Please, if there's any way you can help. So you're asking me to help, not because you led students to their doom, potentially, because you don't want the parent-teacher interview to be really awkward. Don't worry, I'll do what I can. Do you think all my students are okay? I know there's not much use in fretting about it. It's just that the more I try not to think about it, the more awful things I imagine. I can't help but fear the worst. They're probably not dead. The suits are pretty hardy. I mean, ours are, anyway. Can't bear the thought of them stranded out there. Don't worry, we'll do our best. Hey, Francois, how's it going? The faster the Pikmin population grows, the sooner the universe will overflow with happiness. Not to put too fine a point on it, but that means the happiness of the universe depends on you. No pressure, of course. Thanks. Oh, I see. Okay, so Colin's little sign is the sun because it's a day exploration, and these are night expeditions. Ah, okay. So wait, is there going to be like different treasure and stuff at night? That'll be interesting. Why is there no exclamation mark beside the treasure catalog here? Oh no, because that's for the side quest is what that means. Doesn't mean there's more treasure. Right. So that means we've got an encyclopedia quest from Domo done, which is nice. But let's have a look at all the new treasures, of which there are tons. No, yet another rubber duck. Oh, it's like a slightly smaller one. Planetary rubber cutie. Oh, cool. It tells you when it was first seen as well. Look at those adorable features and darling proportions. This creature may be rather medium in size, but that does not mean it is a medium amount of cuteness. No, I'm quite certain it possesses enough cuteness to charm an entire planet. Sweet Stumblenot. Ah, because it's a cane. What a sweet stick this is. Quite literally, this stick here is made of candy from top to bottom. This unexpected combination makes it quite the handy thing to have around. You could use it as a walking stick to prevent yourself from stumbling while hiking or exploring unfamiliar terrain. When all that exertion makes you hungry, you'll find sustenance right there in your hand. A useful invention, to be sure. It says Happy Holidays on it. That's so sweet. All tied up neat with a bow. Who puts the bow right on the candy cane? Ugh, and because candy canes are all sticky, that thing's gonna be laden with dirt and dust. Anyway, I guess the idea is that they're gonna... You could make a mini replica of this, because there's no way you guys could use this thing as a cane. Oh, these lovely checkered cookies as well. It said the 2 colors in this cookie bring good luck to one's family and one's business. In fact, it was a tradition for families to gather around a cookie and eat it together. There's even a saying about it. The family that eats a cookie together gets rich together. This is like the party set, this one. Hoop of Healing. Step through this glowing blue hoop and you will feel its healing effects almost at once. Exhaustion is gone. Ailments of the heart and body banished. You have but to make it the choice to step through it. Hoop of Fortune. Do you ever wish you had good luck? With this hoop, you need not wish. Step through its glowing yellow center and good fortune is sure to follow. Of course, for this to work, it helps if you believed it was going to work in the first place. Placebo for the win. I like that they also do this thing. Pikmin 2 did a lot of this, where there would be a set where there would be like multiple items that are different colors, and they each had a different property. Like this is the healing one and the fortune one, kind of like the marbles and the rings and stuff in Pikmin 2. Tandem Trainer. Exercise is good for many things. It not only makes us stronger, it also helps us live healthier lives. So grab each of this exercise machine's handles and squeeze! As every muscle strains at the effort, take comfort knowing you're adding good things to your life. Figures that I didn't know what this thing was. And here's the Recreation Recollection series. Not really organized in any kind of artistic way. Disc of Joyous Wisdom. We didn't get that many, did we? I thought we only got 3. Why are there like 6 stacked on each other? Unless each one was a double thing. Do not be fooled by its silence. You are in the presence of the most intelligent life form in the known universe. Based on its appearance, it's clear this creature can exude feelings of joy and delight. It was likely at the center of many social gatherings long ago. I guess for this part I can't have my face in the top left corner because that will be covered in the treasure. Whole bunch of the pieces now. So how many are there in total? There are 12, is that right? Wowie. Memory fragment. Top? Probably? Surely there's a reason this image was broken into fragments. Could it be a treasure map? Did someone split the map into pieces and hide the bits? Is today the day I strike it rich? Perhaps I shouldn't count my fortune before it's found. Yeah, and especially since you weren't the one who found it. Is that a dog or a bunny? Memory fragment bottom right. It looks like part of a paw or something. I'm almost certain one could use these knobs and curves to connect this fragment with other fragments. But why? What would one accomplish by doing such a thing? Quite puzzling, no? Perhaps the partial picture seen here would become more clear with more fragments. Yes, that must be it. How clever. And though the big picture here remains unclear, the activity itself is clearly quite fun. I'm gonna laugh so hard if we get them all, and they put it together wrong. A croissant! Flaky temptation. Flaky layer upon flaky layer of buttery mouth-melting dough to bake to golden perfection. You guys know what butter is, too? Indeed, this is temptation in bread form. You will try to eat a reasonable amount, but some strange force has hold of your taste buds, and thus reasonable has no meaning. Devastatingly delicious. I tend to agree. Sphere of Family. This sphere is believed to be the patron of families. Parents often implore it to help their children flourish. And who can blame them? Parents treasure their children and then treasure their own children. Sorry. Parents treasure their children who then treasure their own children, and on it goes. Such endless love is a beautiful thing. Sphere of Support. This sphere is quite unique. That is, it represents the very core, the pillar at the center of every living being. And to keep our pillar strong, this orb bids us do one simple thing. Support one another. What a message. It's one for the ages in the whole universe. All the 8-ball set is all super wholesome, which is unusual because I know I've had a sense people killed each other over games of 8-ball, or pool, whatever you want to call it. Wayward Moon. From its artistic cratered exterior to its delicately sweet interior, the Wayward Moon is elegance in fruit form. Mild and aromatic, it would make a wonderful gift for a friend or for someone who just needs a little pick-me-up. I could go for some cantaloupe right now. Cantaloupe's delicious. Let's see them all together. Aw, it's very zen. The way they're artistically laid out on the steps like that. Is this the same little test area that you do fights in? Oh wow, we should explore this area in a bit when we're looking at the Encyclopedia. Spouse alert. Oh right, it's the same name in Pikmin 2. Do you have one of those spouses who loves to play pranks on you? For example, one who gets a laugh from sneaking up and startling you with a boo. Well, put this on your prank pulling partner, and you'll always know when they're approaching. It's a must-have item for the spouse who wants to have the last laugh. That's sweet. I'm glad they changed it from what it was for in the original game. That game still had its wholesome moments, but there was definitely the odd thing that I was really like, this is a weird thing to put in a kid's game. Mechanical Harp Memory Song. This device plays a beautiful melody that elicits feelings of nostalgia. There's something so familiar about it, and yet at the same time, it's completely unknown. Mysterious, to be sure. It's a shame we can't actually hear it anymore now that it's been, we've carried it back. Oh, action. Oh, never mind. Sure you can. Oh! Dun 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 dun. It's the Pikmin 3 title theme. Dun. Da da dun. How are there enough tabs to make this happen? Oh, that was nice. God, I looked at that. So how many of them have an action? We should check them all for actions later. There probably some of them were like ringing and stuff when I was carrying them in before and didn't notice. Another train, middle management tank car. This tank car works hard. It carries heavy and difficult to handle loads. Yes, it is pulled along by its superior, but it does a vital job connecting that leader to the cars behind it. And maybe the middle management of rail cars, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. If the night is so dangerous as we keep claiming, though, I'm really scared for what these night expeditions are going to be like. Back at the beginning track. Sometimes in life you lay down a track that seems straight as an arrow, but the fact is it's not straight. Not at all. Follow that track and you could end up right back where you started, but don't let that get you down. Maybe you're right back where you should be. Interesting, poetic, a bit more than I'm prepared to handle after all the sentiment you've unloaded on me so far this episode. Ambiguous goo. There we go. That's silly and fun and won't make me question humanity. A bit of white, a bit of black. This color has made its home halfway between the two. Some say it's an... You guys know what butter and cranes are, but you don't know the word gray? Some say it's an ambiguous hue that refuses to plant its flag, but maybe it just enjoys living between two ends of the spectrum, enjoying the best of both worlds. It says gray on it, and I thought you guys could decipher human language so that that's how you knew about Cinderella, or maybe you just there isn't a word in your language for gray. That'd be interesting if so, because the lexicon of a language very quickly, or very often, is representative of its culture on the whole. Ancient statue head. On Hoktate, the ancient statue head is almost as popular as the gyroid bust. With her cool goggles and dramatic personality, gyroid bust is the other treasure that was found in that same area where it's like in water and then you go up a fiery path and then there's a thing at the top. With her cool goggles and dramatic personality, the statue oozes a mysterious aura. So the competition between the two makes sense, but what's even more mysterious is this figure's missing body. So the gyroid bust... Wait, but Pikmin 2 hasn't happened yet because this is Olimor's first time getting stranded, so we haven't found the gyroid bust on this planet, I wouldn't have thought. Internal clock measurer. This timepiece doesn't measure the passage of time in general, but the passage of time as felt by the one holding it. The user presses the top button once per second, but how fast or slow they press it depends on what a second feels like to them. Profound. Heat sensor. Touch the tip of this device to your cheek and you'll find the number that appears there matches the warmth of your heart. When faced with stress or anger, apply the sensor to your skin. Is the number higher? If so, it's time to focus on keeping your cool. Micromanagement station. This desk features a built-in display, surely used to show important things such as maps and vital statistics. No doubt many heated discussions have taken place over the matters shown here. One hopes that those who worked and fought at this desk also took breaks for rest and frivolity. Masterpiece plank. This yellow plank. Simply marvelous. The text upon it is indecipherable, yet somehow moving. What? So now you guys can't read the human languages? Could it be some sort of a story? A masterpiece, I'm sure of it. How exasperating that it is it is not able to be read, even as it sits right here before me. Anxious sprout. This plant grows very fast, which makes it a joy to tend to for garden enthusiasts. It also makes a great snack. Isn't it nice when a thing brings happiness to your life in more than one way? I say those are the sorts of things worth keeping around. And a zucchini. Crew-cut gourd. Wow, that's a really realistic-looking zucchini. Holy crap. This gourd's selling point is the diversity of ways it can be eaten. Boil it, bake it, or fry it. It all works. Added bonus, when you stand on it with the end with the stem up, it looks like a fellow with a crew cut. Unfloatable boat. A rare and precious boat that does not float. It was once used to predict a village's future. By what metrics do you ordain that? If by some miracle the boat remained slightly buoyant in the water, it meant that the village had the approval of the gods. Sadly, the boat's shoddy construction makes that seem like a rather unlikely outcome. Chance totem! This mysterious stone is quite heavy, but once it's rolled, it's relentless in its pursuit of fate. 6 sides and 6 paths await you. Where the roll lands, so goes your life. Now can you master the work of art that is your fate? I don't know. Seems a safe bet to say no. Oh, this does an action. Oh, it flipsy. Cool. Oh, you can turn this one on and off. Oh, it didn't even does the noise. Hang on. Ding! Oh no, this is like the 20th anniversary thing. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Game Boy Micro. Right, so this would have only had one game on it, but this is like a newer product. Slash, it says copyright 2009. 2005 even. I thought this was a newer thing. Oh no, Mario 20th anniversary. So this is something that was released, I guess, in 2005. I didn't know about this thing. They did something similar more recently, right? With the Zelda's 35th? They did like a little Game & Watch Zelda thing that just has the first game on it or something. Anywho. That's fun. Later on in the game, we have to go through and see which ones have actions associated with them, but that'll do me for now. Thank you. Thank you for your help. I feel like an empty place inside me is being filled up, just like last time you got a side quest done. Isn't it funny? Next milestone is 75, and we are at 55 presently. Let's have a look at the new ones, shall we? There were only about 10 or so. There were those jumping flea things we saw that only in the time trial, though. I wonder if they got added. Do you think that somewhere on this planet creatures we haven't seen yet are waiting to be found? Well, I mean, you seem to by the fact that you've asked me to find 75. Oh, right. So this thing here, which has it's an albino dwarf bulboar, and it has like a stronger back. Oculus Kageyami larva, first molt. Among all the naturally charming dwarf bulborbs, this one might have grub dog family, so this is an actual bulborb. This one might have the most attractive and well-balanced conformation. When night falls, the eyes of these fascinating creatures emit an intense glow. Whether to maximize prey or to help it spot other as of its kind, it's an intriguing adaptation. I could stare into those shining eyes forever. So these are a nighttime exclusive, or a cave exclusive. Dwarf orange bulborb, Pansaris pseudo-oculi, not pseudo-coli, like I said before, because it's pseudo-oculi, it's not actually a bulborb. Bulborb meaning stalk eye, so it's pseudo-oculi. Orangium, breadbug family. An imposter posing as the offspring of an orange bulborb. It represents the orange bulborb in every way, not just in the obvious shape, but even down to its sharp senses, alert to sound, each sound and movement in its vicinity. What a lovable little impersonator. And the actual orange bulborb, Oculus Kageyami orangium. Grub dog family. If you approach it while it's sleeping, it will immediately wake up, leap to its feet, and peer around nervously. With such finely tuned senses, it's no wonder this bulborb can get a bit sleep deprived, though its big bloodshot eyes look surprisingly cute. Dwarf ball bear. This little darling is always with its beloved mother, but when it grows up, she'll drive it away. Though it may seem cruel, she helps it develop confidence to survive on its own by forcing it to fend for itself. Such practical creatures could teach us a lot about learning to get by in this world. Oculus terribilis doticum larva, second molt. Grub dog family. I think we want to be careful about making snap judgments like that, Dolmo. Spotty ball bear. Oculus terribilis doticum, grub dog family. One glance and you'll never forget them as long as you live. Those unmistakable bold lips. A most distinctive feature with the likes of which I've seen nowhere else in the universe. When I gaze upon them, I wonder if the lips serve double duty as a way to feel the world around it, since this little cuddler, a cute little cuddler, has no fingers. Interesting point. Whip tongue bulborb, Oculus longolingua. That's clever. Grub dog. Its narrow snout houses an amazing prehensile tongue. It sits its sights and slurps its target right up. The sweet little being uses this marvel of evolution with great skill. Any creature with a dexterous tongue like that is unlikely to ever go hungry. Glad it excites you so much. Empress Bulblax, Oculus Kageyami matriarchia, hypertrophic gravid. Not sure what either of those words mean. Grub dog family. The striking polka dots along that expansive hide provide the very image of royal splendor. While that regal presence is essential for the queenly quality might throw you off your guard, her grand lumpy figure has more than just visual impact. When provoked, this charmer will roly-poly over and squash any threats. Approach with the utmost caution. Emperor Bulblax. Scientific name, Oculus supremus, grub dog. It has broad moss-covered flanks and a head like a desert, complete with big drooping jowls and small googly eyes. This creature appears to be quite moody, but it does have a cooperative streak. The way this temperamental bulbous giant cohabitates with others of its kind is quite surprising. At least, past the first game. Sheer fleas, Suprictus rubro, spring jab family, so not actually related to the mandibulards. If you find any of these busy little bouncers happily hopping about, try jumping in with them. If you do, they may just come to you for cuddles. They're such sweet little love bugs. I don't think I'll be trying that, but I would believe if that actually did happen. Anode beetle, Scarabum electrodia, scarab beetle family, which is weird because that's like an actual critter. With this little darling around, outer space's power problems are solved. These generate enough energy to light up the night and help people live comfortably on the most ragingly hot or frigidly cold planets. It'll cost to feed them, but that's a minor detail. You're very presumptuous about their ability to be domesticated. Shock cake! Conchcrustus ampero, shell cake family. This is an entirely new family to this game. Living creatures can sense your intent and emotions, so if you face them with love in your heart, they'll know it. When you love and are loved back, even the occasional electric shock isn't so bad. That's right. Instead of play biting, this sweetie does play shocking. It can zap away your shoulder stiffness and fatigue in a flash. It's highly effective. Pyroclasmic slooch. The mucus of the pyroclasmic slooch acts as a natural fire starter, but it also seems to serve as insulation from heat. Gazing into those flickering flames at night would be a great way to relax. And the ripple pattern going from top to bottom is so mesmerizing. Mamuta. Hortulanus asymmetria, unknown family. A gentle creature removed from the fierce competition of the strong eating the weak. It sits in the gardens in a pool of sunlight looking content as it gazes out its big round eyes at a plant it has raised that's just starting to sprout. Don't tease this mild-mannered beastie by messing with the delicate sprouts it's sending. As long as it leaves me alone, I will leave it alone. Puffy blowhog, Sus inflata, blowhog family. See those prominent spines upon its back? I like to imagine that if you looped ropes through them and hung a gondola from the ropes, you get to create a living airship. How amazing it would be to travel to the sky with one of those spiky sweetlings. We'd float along together wherever the wind chose to take us. Water dumple. Oh, they're just purple in this game. Cool. Ichthyosa felinis, scrub dog family. You thought it could have lost its vision, but it evolved a very sharp sense of smell to compensate. Even if you sneak up behind it very quietly, it will still detect you. But with a mouth that opens up big and wide, approaching from the front isn't advisable either. Rock Pikmin, Pikminidae habisaxum, Pikmin family. Rock Pikmin may be rugged and craggy in appearance, but their well-polished skin is cool and smooth to the touch. Those dark shiny stone bodies are built for defense, and they're capable attackers too. And did you notice those stubby little legs? Aren't they the cutest? Candy Pop Bud, Flora expellus, Candy Pop family. So now we know that the Floralic is part of the Candy Pop family. Sorry, the onions, but also the Floralic, I guess. The longer I look at it, the more I feel a stranger should throw something into it. Succumbing to the intrusive thought, I once threw a bomb into it. When I did, Chewy! It spit the bomb right back out. I cannot but seeing some sort of lifelike response in that. Burgeoning Spiderwort. Oh, I didn't notice this before. In spite of the fact that we almost definitely had this in the log before. Picflora Bacchae Conditus, pelletweed family. Oh, they're the same family as pellets. But wait, these are the spiderworts? I didn't realize. I thought the spiderworts were like strangling these things in Pikmin 2. This fruit, unlike a pellet, is juicy and pulpy. What's more, that's not just any juice inside it. That's a super spicy spice in there. Eating spicy things can be a fun way to jumpstart our taste buds. Perhaps the Pikmin in this world like to spice things up as well. Thanks for all that. Ah, you must want to ask about my research. Good, very good. I'm currently working on my hypothesis that the onion is a biocrafter. The onion is a biocrafter intentionally created to ensure the propagation and safety of the Pikmin, is it not? To verify this theory, I have dedicated myself to studying the onion. Oh, I'm glad you're so excited. Russ! My man with the plan. I've created a new item. Let's have a look-see at what you've got, although I won't buy any just yet in case I have more quests to turn in here. So, Headlamp Plus, I'm not really worried about that. It doesn't actually look that different. Like, it looks a little better on the right, but I'm not going to spend 100 on that just yet. Triple Threat. I bestow upon you the power of the triple punch. Oh my god, I got the rocket punch! I'm buying the rocket punch. Brace boots. These boots intensifies your legs' bracing abilities, prevent you from being blown away or sucked up by creature attacks. Oh, that's probably good. Because more than the elemental defenses, that's nice. By the way, I'm just going to get the fire guard because I keep forgetting I don't have it. I'm not as worried about the ice or the electricity. They're a little easier to get away from. And what's this new item? Oh, a lightning shock. How do you make this stuff? Damn, dude! There are so many items that let you paralyze enemies as well. Use the electrifying power of science to electrocute all enemies in the area. Well, they don't die, do they? Immediately. For use in a pinch, but watch the timing, so it's gonna be real expensive, right? 30, got it. Trackinator, the bomb that always tracks its prey and never loses it. In the wild, I'd much rather be the chaser than JC. This bomb can automatically track and chase its target, perfect for use on particularly fast creatures. God damn, man. Weapons of mass destruction. Thanks. I'll discard those prototypes for the moment, but I just want to talk to anyone else who might have a quest for me. Actually, I think maybe we turned in all the quests that were necessary. Looks like you've been hard at work investigating, but you still have a lot left to learn, recruit. Alright then, no wasting time. On to the second area. I want you to impress me. I'll do my best. Well, hello there, new blood. It'll be nice to have a fresh subject around here. Since we'll be working together, you can just call me Yanni. Oh, thanks. No sense wasting valuable research time. I need you to go out on some night expeditions for me. I want you to harvest extracts from the luminols that I can use as medicinal ingredients. It's only possible at night. I could go on, but you should just see it for yourself. Let me know when you're ready for a nighttime adventure. Not just yet. Let's chat. Give me a shout whenever you feel like going out for a night expedition. Colin's great, but believe me, you'll need my expertise when you're out there lost in the dark. If you want to ask me anything about this planet at night, medicine, or whatever, feel free to do so anytime. See ya. I wonder... So I still don't really understand if going out in the day and night, like, does the night still take today up, but just we're going out at night today? Probably it does. In which case, we don't want to do that until we've done everything else. Oh, there we are, the stylus. I knew I was missing someone. Aren't you the one who saved me? You are. Thank you so much. Hey, have you ever thought it'd be fun to try on a different look than your usual? You know, really shake things up? We'll let you on in a little secret. Your friend Puddle here is a stylist. That means I can help you update your look whenever. Sure, let's give that a try. You've got nothing to fear, Puddle's here. Now, I had no idea that you'd rescued leaflings. I'd love to meet more of them. It's important to be open to new experiences. Seeing new sights, meeting new folks. It's inspiring, don't you think? Oh, that quest is just there now. Fun. Thank you. So this is just all the same options we had before, right? I think so. I don't think any of this is different. Very good. I'm fine as I am then. You are glowing right now. Did you know that? I love it. Thank you. That's so sweet. And we've got your side quest from you now. Kingsley, how's it going? As much as I love rare flowers, I just can't bring myself to go back there and explore. I know my limits. Thank you for knowing your limits. Very good. Of the three Pikmin types we have onions for, which has the fewest? Still blue. So let's propagate some blue Pikmin here. When the Pikmin carry stuff back, they sometimes do this so that they go like, meh. Hang on. Yeah, there. And it's like, it's the first two notes of the Pikmin theme. Da 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 da. But they go like, meh. That's fun. So a whole bunch of new side quests. For the one we're about building Pikmin, we're at 236 of 300, so we're actually making excellent progress on that front. I don't think we grew that many, though, right? Because we grew like 60 blue ones, and then we went into a whole bunch of caves. So is it counting wild Pikmin we gather as well? Oh, or find wild Pikmin caves. It totally, absolutely does mention them. So absolutely, that is totally part of it. Very good. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. So that's our side episode completed. We went around the whole... Actually, no, let me just get some more gear here, because I am going to buy a bit more here. Just wanted to make sure that weren't any more side quests I could get, so I could be certain about anything. Okay, so I think probably I'm going to get Ochi's elemental defenses up off the bat here. Because we want all the gear eventually by the end of the game, and it's just better to keep Ochi safe for a plethora of reasons. There's a lot of the stuff that I do want, but in the interest of keeping our materials at a reasonable amount... Oh, I should bring myself up to... That's a lot. I'm just going to buy one and keep us at 5 bomb rocks. It seems like we only need 3 per... Oh, I should get 6 then, in case we run into 2 gates in one day. And more emergency kits. Sure, I'll bring up to 5 there, in case we find an enemy that I really would rather take down on my own. Especially now that we got the rocket punch. Holy crap. I don't think I want to spend too much on these consumables, because it'll make it harder to get to 100% the gear later. All of these are really cheap, so let's just get 10 of them. I'm still not really making good use of all the items yet. I'm always trying to do stuff with just the Pikmin and Ultra Spicy Spray. But I'm sure we're going to run into some fights later on that I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely would like to just spam items on this thing so we don't risk any Pikmin. Thank you. I missed an onion. A pallet even. So that'll be that there. That was a side episode that all the talking to everyone around this place did absolutely take up our entire day, but we made a heck of a lot of progress with side quests and talking to people and looking through logbooks and stuff, so I'm very happy that we took a side episode out to do it, rather than sort of cramming it in halfway the last episode and then halfway in the next epised. So I guess next time is off to do our first night expedition. What I wonder is where we're going to go to do it. Are we going to go back to the one that's 99% complete, just grab that one treasure and see what else, and then go, I guess, also to get the Luminol stuff? I suppose if there will be, like, more monsters at night, considering this, they always telling you how dangerous nighttime is. It probably will make sense if you could only do nighttime or daytime expedition, because Lee needs to, you know, sleep at some point. Oh, they're bobbing on the Ochi again. But aside from the extra enemies, I suppose there wouldn't be any downside to going and exploring an area at night. Unless the set of maps you explore at night is different or something. I don't know, I guess we'll be figuring out all that next time on Pikmin 4, because that's all for now. Next video up on the channel is gonna be some more It's Starting Dual Destinies, where we've started our investigation at the Gyaxa space station, and I imagine we're gonna find a lot of very interesting and weird stuff there. But that's all for now, so thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. This game made me cry today. I'm just gonna be out of here now. Peace! I should just fight it down here. If we're going up there, it's stupid, because it just gets to hide behind everything. And it's already got all its health back. That's actually strange. I thought, I was under the impression myself that it, once you did damage, it only recovered up to half of that damage.